Hey guys, greetings from me to you all, wherever you are. Now, still on the Photoshop tutorial we've been rendering. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to use Photoshop to create our passport photograph. Now, after today's class, I'm sorry to say this is gonna be our final class today for on Photoshop. My next class is gonna be on Illustrator. So now I believe that since we started that you've learned something, no matter how small it is. I believe you must have learned something. Now, having said that, let's get to the business of the day. Now, when we open up our Photoshop software in our system, all you have to do is from the menu bar, you click on new. When you click on new, it gets us our working paper where we're gonna choose. Then we select our international paper. When we select our international paper, then we set the centimeter or the millimeter, whichever one we want to work with, and then we click OK. Then after clicking OK, we'll come down. If our layer board is already there, mine is already there, we click on create new layer. But if yours is not, just click on F7 or you go to Windows, and from there you get your layer board. Now we'll click on create new layer. Now what you're gonna do next is you go from file again, click on open. It's gonna open your document where you store your files and all that. So I'm gonna choose our picture, which we're gonna be working on, we're gonna be using. So I'll just pick a picture, then you double click on it, or you click once and then you click open. Now what you're gonna do next, you use your marquee tool. You remember we treated tools, so you must have known the one that is called marquee tool, the second one from our list of tools. So you click on your marquee tool, then use it to highlight the picture. Use it to highlight the picture. Then what you're gonna do next, after highlighting it, then you copy the picture, Ctrl+C, and then you paste it on the first layer which we created, on our first working layer. That's where we're gonna paste it. So you paste it there. What we're gonna do next is you go to image from the menu bar. You click on image, then you scroll down, you get to canvas size. You see where it's written canvas size, then you click on canvas size. Now it's on it get us these options here. It's gonna get us these options. Now it's on inches, so but we're gonna make it centimeter. We're gonna turn it into centimeter. Now let's make the size to be the width to be 5.5 cm, and then the height to be 6.5. I don't actually know the size of a passport photograph, but you have to know it. You have to get a passport photograph, then use your scale, and then you measure it, and then you'll be able to get the actual size. Now after setting the size, we click OK. Now if the size is correct, if the size of the picture or the canvas is correct, it's not gonna ask you this question. But if it's not, it's gonna ask you the new canvas size is smaller than the current canvas size. Some clipping will occur. If you want to proceed, you proceed, but if you don't want, you cancel and then you resize it. Now let's proceed. Now we'll proceed. Now this is where it's gonna get us. Now the picture inside the canvas we created, it's smaller than the main canvas itself. So what we're gonna do next is you click on Ctrl+T, which is transformation. You click on Ctrl+T. Now we're gonna use it to fix this picture, to scale the picture to the size of this canvas. You're seeing a bit of distance between the picture and then the canvas. There are white spaces. But if you don't want it, if you don't want the picture to just occupy the whole space, you can just leave a bit of white space. When the person that will be cutting the passport photograph, you will see the crop marks, so that you can be able to cut off the white spaces there. But if you want it, if you want a picture to occupy the whole space, you still have the chance. You can just scale it to whichever way you want. If you want a picture to occupy the whole space, you can do it. If you want to leave a bit of white space, you can still do it. But let's just make it to occupy the whole of the space. Now, when you must have done that, what you're gonna do next is you just click on enter for the transformation sign to go out. Click on enter. Now the picture has covered the whole white space. Okay, the next is you go to edit from your menu bar. Click on edit. From edit, you scroll down, you click on define pattern. Define pattern, you're gonna see it there next to define brush preset. You see define pattern, so you click on define pattern. So when you must have clicked on define pattern, the ones you've been working with, it's gonna show here. It's gonna name the pattern so number. Now this is pattern 23 on my own. So but if you want to rename it, if you want to give it any name, it's your choice. You can just rename it here and then you click OK. But let's just leave it at pattern 23. So we're gonna click OK. We're gonna click OK. Now when you must have clicked OK, what you're gonna do next is you go back to your file from the menu bar. You go back to your file, you click on it and then click on new. You click on new, then you got a new international paper. You get a new international paper. You set the centimeter and the millimeter again. Now you click OK. It's gonna get you a new working place, but the other one, they are not gone yet. So you click on create new layer. Create new layer. The reason why we are creating this new layer, so that we can be able to resize our passport. What we're gonna find out next. We'll be able to resize it. I'll show you the reason why we are creating this new layer, because if we leave it at the background layer, we cannot be able to resize it or make it to be perfect. So you create new layer. Then what you're gonna do next, from your tools by the left hand side of your work, you're gonna see where it's written clone stamp tool and then pattern stamp tool. Let's click on our pattern stamp tool. That's where you're gonna click on. You click on your pattern stamp tool. When you click on your pattern stamp tool, you go up to the menu or the ribbon toolbar. You're gonna see the passport or the picture you created. It's gonna show there. Then there is a sign, triangular sign showing there. Just click on the sign. When you click on the sign, it's gonna get to the whole of your work, the ones which you've been doing. Now, if you had renamed that pattern which you created, now we left it at pattern 23, but if you had renamed it, now you're gonna find it here through the picture. Now you just have to click on it. Let's just click on the picture which we created. You click on it, and then you see your the shape of your pattern stamp tool. It's a bit bigger. If you want to reduce it, there is a semicolon here in your keyboard. You can from there, it's either you increase it or you reduce it. Let's just reduce it a bit. So if you want to increase it, so that is it. Now that you have created this, what you're gonna do next is you click and then you drag your cursor. You click and you drag your cursor around the paper which you've created. You click and you drag it around the paper which you've created. Now we are getting somewhere. We are getting our passports. So we are getting our passports. So this is it. Once you have created, you drag till the end so that you can be able to appear very well. You drag till the end, so you make sure that it appears perfectly. Then you go back to your drop tool, then move to, you drop your pattern stamp tool there. Now this is it. This is our the passport which you've created. Now it's 16 in number. It's 4444. Now if you want to reduce it, now this is why we created another layer. If you want to reduce it to maybe 12 or so. What you're gonna do is just click on Ctrl T, transformation. Now you take your your scaling tool, you just move it up a bit. You move this up a bit, and it's gonna remove 4 of it, and then it's now we're left with 12. This is 4 4 8 4. This is 12. So we are left with 16. I guess we created 20, so we are left with 16. But if you still want to reduce it more, you can still go down, and then you use your tool again to drop these ones. So as soon as you are dropping these ones, the ones inside the box, inside your working tool, they are increasing, the size is increasing. So this is the how you create a passport photograph using Photoshop. So this is it. I believe this class, at least you you learned something, or you grabbed something through this class. So I'll see you guys in our next class, which is going to be Illustrator, Introduction to Illustrator. See you guys, and I wish you a happy viewing. Just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tonielo AJ, Tonielo in one word, spacebar AJ. Tell your friends about it. Tell your enemies about it. You never might know what they're gonna learn from it. I see you guys. Thank you for all those who have been viewing my YouTube videos and all that. Those who have been subscribing to my YouTube channel. Those who have been commenting and the likes. Thank you guys, and I hope our next class, Illustrator, is gonna be a great one for all of us, an amazing one for all of us. See you, and thank you all.